Hello and welcome to LM10 vs CR7 Galaxy. So, today is all about Lionel Messi, considered by many to be the greatest football player of all time. We will be doing a ranking of Messi's career seasons from the worst to the best season. The rankings are only going to consider Messi's career, starting from the 2008-2009 season till present. So basically his first 4 seasons, from the 2004-2005 season, till the 2007-2008 season, aren't really taken into consideration, and this is mainly because he was still on the rise at that point in his career. I will rate each season out of 100, so that we get a clear idea of how good or bad a season was, compared to the others. The seasons will also be split into 4 different tiers, which are average, very good, excellent, beyond excellent. Let's get started then. Average tier. This tier contains the average seasons, based on Messi standards. So, from the 2008-2009 season till present, Messi's worst season for me would be the 2019-2020 season. First of all, this season produced his worst stats since the 2008-2009 season, scoring just 31 goals in all competitions, with 25 of those in La Liga and just 3 in the Champions League. His assist return weren't bad though, and he had one of his best seasons in terms of assists, providing 25 in all competitions, with 21 coming from La Liga. While Messi isn't just about stats, no matter which direction we come from, this season was indeed Messi's worst season in terms of his usual standards. So, I will give it rating of 55 out of 100. The 2013-2014 season. Messi's second worst season since 2008 for me. The season started very well for him, scoring goals and assisting based on his usual standards. This went on for about 8 games into the season, then injury struck. For about 3 months Messi was out due to injury and only returned after the new year. However, even after his return he wasn't his usual self for most of the season, showing a glimpse of his usual standards only a few times, against Manchester City in the 16th finals of the Champions League and against Real Madrid at the tail end of La Liga. Aside from these few games, he was mostly below the standards we've always been used to. He ended up scoring 41 goals and providing 14 assists in all competitions. I will give it a rating of 60 out of 100. The 2015-16 season. Another season plagued by injuries. This season is very similar to the 2013-14 season in that, after returning from injury, he didn't really do anything too spectacular for the rest of the season, except for his playmaking and free kick abilities, which went up a notch. This season he scored 41 goals in all competitions, with at least 8 coming from free kicks alone. He also provided 23 assists in all competitions. Taking into consideration his playmaking and free kick abilities, which became spectacular this season, I will give this season a better rating than the 2013-14 season. So 65 out of 100. The 2020-2021 season. This is another season where we cannot really say Messi was spectacular, at least based on his usual standards. Overall, this season wasn't much better compared to majority of the seasons that have already been ranked. He scored 38 goals and provided 14 assists in all competitions, which for any other player would be an absolutely spectacular season, but not based on Messi standards. He, however, led Argentina to their first major international trophy for over 2 decades and his first major international trophy, the Copa America. He was spectacular throughout the competition, scoring the most goals, proving the most assists and winning the Player of the Tournament award. It is due to this that the 2020-2021 season is ranked higher than the others. Taking into consideration what he did at the Copa America, I will give it a rating of 68. Very good tier. This tier contains the seasons that were very good, and if any other player could do what Messi did in these seasons, they would easily get the Ballon d'Or. The 2017-2018 season. This season was a very good season for Messi. Be it dribbling, playmaking or scoring goals, he was very good based on his standards, even though he wasn't really at the peak. With the departure of Neymar and the lack of a powerful midfield, Messi was tasked with doing almost everything bar defending. So we could say, he carried the team almost by himself throughout the season. He scored 45 goals and provided 18 assists in all competitions. Had a masterclass performance against Chelsea in the knockout stages of the Champions League. I will give it a rating of 75. The 2016-17 season. Another very good Messi season, and for me slightly better than the 2017-18. Messi's overall gameplay this season was really spectacular. In every aspect of the game he was top-notch. The only downside to this season was his lack of spectacular performances in the knockout stages of the Champions League. However, there was one notable performance this season, against Real Madrid, where he decided the game by himself, scoring 2 goals, in one of his best ever performances. Overall he scored an astonishing 54 goals and provided 16 assists in all competitions. The season is rated 78. Excellent tier. This tier contains seasons that were very excellent, and the number of players who have reached the level he reached in these seasons cannot be counted on both hands. The 2008-2009 season. This is a season that is for me beyond very good. A season which gave him his first Ballon d'Or. This was his very first explosive season, where he was by far the best player in the world at only 21 years of age. His stats weren't necessarily better than the already ranked seasons, scoring just 38 goals and providing 17 assists in all competitions. However, he was a beast in almost every game and produced world-class level performances in the biggest of games, even if we exclude his goals. He was a crucial part in Barcelona winning the treble that season. I will give it an 85 rating. The 2009-10 season. Another excellent Lionel Messi season, where he wasn't slowing down at all, coming off a spectacular season. In my opinion, this season was slightly better than the 2008-2009 season. He took his stats up a notch, scoring an amazing 47 goals and providing 11 assists in all competitions, at only 22 years of age. He was explosive throughout the season, providing absolutely world-class performances in almost every game, with notable performances against Real Madrid, Valencia in La Liga, and against Arsenal in the knockout stages of the Champions League, where he scored 4 goals in a single game. Unluckily, Barcelona was knocked out of the Champions League by Inter Milan, but this, however, doesn't take away anything from his overall performance throughout the season. So, an 87 rating. The 2012-13. A season that would have possibly been the best if not for injuries at the tail end of the season. The season in which Messi scored in 23 consecutive La Liga games. This was an absolutely spectacular Messi season where he was in his prime. This season, he scored 46 La Liga goals and 60 goals in all competitions, while providing 15 assists. The scary thing is, he sustained an injury towards the end of the season, and thus missed so many games, yet still managed to score 60 goals. He was on the verge of breaking all the records of the previous season. Despite his injury, he still managed to get Barcelona past Paris Saint-Germain, in the quarter-finals of the Champions League, being heavily involved in Barcelona's only goal of the return leg. I will give it an 89 rating. Above, excellent tier. In this tier, Messi's performances in the various seasons was on a level that could be considered to be above world class. Like the commentator, Rob Palmer once said, "This is Messi class, which is above world class." Very few players in history have touched the level Messi reached in these seasons, about 1 or 2 players at most, yet they didn't maintain the consistency throughout the season quite like Messi, and instead performed in a few notable games. The 2018-19 season. A season where Messi carried Barcelona by himself throughout. He was on another level this season, and the number of players who have touched the level he was at this season cannot even be counted on one hand. He scored an astonishing 51 goals and provided 19 assists in all competitions, but stats can't even begin to do justice on how amazing he was this season, because he did almost everything by himself. He was spectacular in almost every game, and had world-class performances against Manchester United and Liverpool in the Champions League. Even in the return leg against Liverpool, where he didn't score, he provided multiple chances for his teammates, who ended up missing, and Barcelona ended up being knocked out of the competition. Even the other seasons that will be ranked above this season weren't much better. For many this is his best season ever, but for me it is the 4th, so I will give it a rating of 94. The 2014-15 season. Another Messi season where he was in a league of his own. This season Ronaldo had 3 more goals than Messi, scoring 61 goals compared to Messi's 58, but they can't even be compared because Messi's season was on a completely different level. Aside from milking his 58 goals with 23 assists, Messi was also at the top of his game in almost every aspect possible. Be it passing, or playmaking, or dribbling, he was at the highest level possible for any football player in history. He also provided performances at the highest level possible, and some notable performances came in both legs against Manchester City, in the Champions League round of 16, where he didn't score a single goal, yet both performances are considered amongst his best ever performances. Another notable performance came against Bayern Munich, in the semi-finals of the Champions League, where he produced one of his best ever performances, scoring 2 goals, with both being absolutely world-class. The 2010-11 season. A season where Messi was at his dribbling best, yet wasn't inferior at all in the other aspects, because it was this same season he scored an astonishing 53 goals, whilst providing 23 assists in all competitions. He took things up a notch this season, after already having 2 amazing seasons prior to this, and he was a beast throughout the season in almost every game. His number of bad games this season cannot be counted on a single hand. He single-handedly carried Barcelona into the finals of the Champions League by scoring 2 goals in a very difficult game against Real Madrid, with one of them being arguably the best goal of his career. He also had one of his best ever performances in Barcelona's 5-0 win against Madrid, where he didn't score a single goal, yet was a menace throughout the game. Not forgetting another one of his best ever performances against Manchester United, in the finals of the Champions League, where he capped it off with an astonishing goal. I will give it a rating of 97, and it is arguably his best ever season, but there's one season which for me is slightly better. The 2011-12 season. For me, Messi's best ever season, and slightly better than the other 3 seasons in that, Messi was at his goal-scoring best, yet his dribbling wasn't inferior to the 2010-11 season, and his passing or playmaking was only slightly inferior to the 2014-15 season and the seasons after that. Overall, the other aspects of his game were overshadowed by his goals, but if we look closely, we will discover that they were on par or barely inferior to the other amazing seasons. This season Messi scored a whopping 73 goals in all competitions, and 50 of them were scored in La Liga alone, whilst 14 came from the Champions League. He also provided an astonishing 29 assists in all competitions, his highest ever assist tally in a single season. This was the season Messi broke and created almost every goal-scoring record possible. Like I said, for me, this season is slightly better than the other seasons, so I will give it a 98 rating. And that's it for our ranking of Lionel Messi's career seasons. What are your thoughts? Do not forget to leave them in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and until next time.